Oh, he has emerged from wherever it was he was. What's up, everybody? I'm sort of back. I was sick. As you remember from my last video, I was talking about wasn't feeling good and having all kinds of problems with energy levels, etc. Yeah, the storm was definitely brewing. After that last video, I basically stopped lifting for a while. And over the course of 3 weeks, I sort of uncontrollably lost like 5 pounds, which when you're starting at 100 and nothing, it's a little concerning. So that had me running straight to McDonald's and cramming down as many Oreos as I could, get the weight back on. Got some of it back on. And these days it's starting to feel a lot better. It also had me running back to the doctor. Got a new doctor, both new primary and new GI doc. Running some tests. Hopefully they can find something wrong with me so that I can actually work on fixing it, because symptoms I was having really weren't like anything I've experienced before. So that's that. This is actually my second week back in the cage. I wanted to see how that first one went before making any videos or anything. Decided to come back and just do a more bodybuilding style workout, because as you see here, what I'm doing is actually really lightweight. It's only like 125 on the bench, but the deal is that A, I'm only taking 1 minute between sets, and B, I'm making sure that I keep constant tension on the chest. So basically that means I'm trying to not touch my chest when I bring the bar down, stop just above it, and also don't fully lock out, because that involves a lot more tricep than it does pecs. So the main reason that I went to the more bodybuilding style of training is that the diet is over and it is time to get huge, or at least not quite as tiny. It's almost counterintuitive that cranking out lighter weights, for more reps, builds muscle better than heavy weights with low reps, but that is actually the way it works. So I'm looking forward to trying to put on as much muscle as possible over the winter, and then targeting actually getting up to maybe the 140 pound range. So that would be about 15 pounds from where I am right now. I could probably expect 3 to 5 pounds of actual muscle gain, if I do things right. Hey, I wanted to show this. It's my last set of 3 with 95 pounds on the incline. You can see how that lactic acid burn is just killing me. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, speaking of end of diet, I took a couple pictures of the physique at the end of the diet here. Pretty happy. I think this is the leanest I've ever been, and I think I maintain muscle mass fairly well as well. So pretty happy with this year's diet. And squat day. Same thing as what we saw on bench. This is only like 145 on the bar, but if you watch what I'm doing, I'm not coming all the way up, which would take the stress off of the quads. And by the end of each set, you got that pretty wicked lactic acid burn going on. One thing that is actually good about this, since I'm no longer dieting for weight loss, I'm actually dieting for weight gain, if that makes sense. When you train and get that lactic acid effect, what that indicates is that your muscle glycogen is being used for energy. And what that does is that since the glycogen in your muscles is being depleted, it then has to be replaced. And that effectively creates a sink, if you will, for carbs in your diet. So as most people know, you eat a lot of carbs and don't work out, you know, you get fat. So what this does though is that you can eat a lot of carbs, and since muscle glycogen replenishment is actually the highest priority of carb usage in your body, basically you can eat carbs and have them go to your muscles instead of, you know, your fat stores. My current calorie intake this past week, I averaged 282 grams of carbs per day, 137 grams of protein, and 140 grams of fat, for a grand total of 2,940 calories per day. Yeah, it's good to eat, especially after not eating all summer. So, moving forward, once I feel ready to add the strength training back in, what I think I'm going to do is, unlike the previous training block, I think I'm going to have one day each week dedicated to each of the 4 lifts that I do. And instead of, you know, doing, you know, let's take lower body for example. Instead of doing squats and deadlifts, strength, you know, on one day, what I think I'll do is pick one, you know, say squat strength day, and add, you know, bodybuilding style deadlifts on that day instead of, you know, strength. And then on the next lower body day, just reverse it, where I do deadlifts for strength and squats for, you know, hypertrophy. I think that'll work out well. Reason I haven't started yet is, you know, believe it or not, even with the light weights, been pretty sore after, you know, the first week of workouts. Now that's most likely because I was off for 3 weeks, you know, but I want to make sure that things are ready to go before I really start to crank up the weights. I'm going to show one set of deadlifts here, and that's going to be it for this week. This is only 195 on the bar. Did this for 3 sets of 5, but we're only showing 1. And like I said, that is it for this week, so I'll talk to you guys hopefully soon, as long as nothing goes wrong, right? Take care.